Okay, so uh, anyone else see this story about Russia suing Google?
Oh, yeah, I saw
I
that.
mean,
Crazy. Right.
it's insane. Like, what even is 2 undecillion rubles?
Well, it's basically 2 followed by 36 zeros.
That's like
Wow.
more money than exists in the world.
Yeah, it's more than the entire global economy, like several times over.
It's like they spun a wheel on a game show to come up with that number.
I know.
It's wild.
It's nuts, but it's a real lawsuit.
Yeah, it's in the courts right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah, so Russia's suing Google for this ridiculous sum,
2 undecillion.
2 undecillion rubles. And it's all because Google is refusing to restore a bunch of pro-Russian YouTube channels that they blocked back in 2022.
Right after the whole Ukraine thing started.
Exactly. So a Russian court ordered Google to put these channels back up, and when they didn't comply, well, the fines started piling up, doubling every week.
And eventually got to
We reached 2
undecillion rubles.
It's like they're trying to make a point. Yeah. Well, even the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, admitted he couldn't even pronounce the number.
But he called it symbolic.
Yeah, he said it was symbolic and emphasized that, Google shouldn't be allowed to just restrict Russian broadcasters.
So what does Google have to say about all this?
Well, Google has acknowledged that there are ongoing legal matters in Russia related to these terminated accounts. But the crazy thing is, they don't seem worried at all.
Really?
Yeah. They've publicly stated that they don't believe these lawsuits are going to impact their earnings in any significant way.
Huh, that's interesting. So they're either really confident they're going to win this case or they're just writing it off entirely.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And it gets even more interesting when you think about the bigger picture, right?
Exactly.
So after the Ukraine invasion, Google did scale back their operations in Russia,
Right.
but they didn't pull out completely.
No, unlike some other U.S. tech companies, Google still got services like Search and YouTube up and running over there.
Yeah, and actually a few months after the invasion, Google Russia filed for bankruptcy.
Right, but it wasn't because their business was failing.
No.
It was because the Russian government straight up seized all of their bank accounts.
So is this whole lawsuit just payback?
Yeah, you could see this lawsuit as Russia's attempt to kind of wrestle back some control over the internet and the flow of information within their borders.
So it's not really about those YouTube channels at all.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't, right?
Right.
I mean, it's definitely about those specific channels, but it's also a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, this could set a precedent for how governments all over the world try to control what happens online.
Exactly. What if every country starts slapping tech companies with these insane fines over content they don't like?
Yeah. Where does that leave us?
It's a scary thought.
It is scary.
Could we end up with like a fragmented internet
Ooh.
with different rules and regulations in every single country?
I mean, it's not that far-fetched, is it?
No, it's not. And that's what makes this whole 2 undecillion ruble thing so unsettling.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of a bad comedy sketch.
I know.
But the implications are actually really serious.
Absolutely.
I mean, the internet as we know it could be at stake here.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to be aware of these power struggles that are going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, we need to pay attention to this stuff because it affects all of us.
It does.
So what do you think is going to happen with this lawsuit?
Honestly, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to imagine Russia actually collecting on a number that's larger than the entire global economy.
Right.
But I do think this case is going to set a precedent one way or another.
For sure.
And it's probably not going to be the last time we see a government try to pull something like this.
Man, it's a wild world we live in.
It is.
Well, thanks for breaking this down with me.
Anytime.
And to everyone listening out there, stay tuned because this story is far from over.
Definitely keep an eye on it.
We'll keep you updated as things develop. Until then, stay informed and stay curious.
And stay safe out there.
Exactly. All right, later.
See ya.
Bye.